This is my purple Luffy deck list. I took it to the 2-on-2 store tournament and won. Me and my partner, we sweeped. We went flawless. He was using green, yellow, law. We got really lucky with the matchups too, but I think this deck's just really strong and really underestimated in today's meta. It was really popular, but it fell off. And I call it the forgotten Luffy because just nobody uses this deck anymore. And I think it is the strongest deck currently because of the match spread. It is so positive. You don't have a lot of bad matchups nowadays with this deck. And I'm going to go through the deck list pretty fast because I had a long night. I just got home and I got other stuff to do. So let's get into it. So the leader right there. I have this cool case too with Luffy on the back. I need to get the alt leader for that. But first we're going to start off with the like standard cards that you always use. I'm not going to go like really in depth with these because everyone knows what they do. Like 4 Gum Gum, you just have to run 4 Gum Gum. It's the best card in the deck. It keeps you alive. 4 Searchers, Searchers top 4. It can't grab Gum Gum off of it, which is kind of sad, but it's good enough. 4 Luffy Taro, you just need it. 4 Zoro Juro, you play off Luffy Taro, you play on your 4 Dawn turn. 4 Sangoro, just, you know, the standard purple Luffy cards. 3 of these Sanjis. I think these Sanjis are really strong. You could get away with running 4. I just don't have the room in my list. I do really like it though. Sometimes when I have the combo with Luffy Taro and Zoro or Sanji, and I also have this, sometimes it's better to play this just to clear a body. Like if they have a Bonclay is really popular in the meta right now, or like just like a blocker. You just play this, rest it, and swing into it. It's just so free. But this is a really strong card. It can really change the tempo of a game. So that's very important. And this is where I think what makes the deck so strong is Magellan. I don't think enough people are playing Magellan. I find this card really overpowered. I feel like you shouldn't be able to make a deck Dawn minus if they're not purple. That just doesn't seem fair. Like against Buggy in my 2v2 game that I posted, the Buggy just couldn't come back after I played this on curve. They had a Dawn minus and they didn't have time to come back. I just had such a big advantage. And you making a non-purple deck Dawn minus is just, it really changes the influence of the game because you're not really going down any because you're ramping every turn with this deck. So you're kind of just like staying fluid with the deck. And I think this is just why it's so strong. Getting this on blue purple Luffy, I like to wait. You drop it whenever, if you go second, you drop it on your 4 Dawn turn, you leader effect into it. And you could also wait for them to get to 8 Dawn. And like when they end turn on their 8 Dawn turn, you can play this to make them go to 7, and it's just so strong because they can't abuse leader effect because that leader effect is broken. You shouldn't be able to draw 2 cards, whatever. But yeah, I think Magellan is what makes this deck so good, and it just really helps. And I run 2 0-cost events because I play Magellan. Whenever I ran this deck and I didn't use Magellan, I didn't have these, but I just added them because it can be bricky. And this really does help. And the trigger is just a free ramp too, so if you get it in life, it's not bad. But yeah, 2 is fine. And then I run 3 of these Zoro Juros. If you have Bonclays, just run Bonclays. I don't have my Bonclays, so I just run these. I don't feel like buying Bonclays because I think they're going to get reprinted in PRBO2, so I'm just going to wait for that. And if they don't, whatever. This works perfectly fine. If you don't have Zoro Juro to play and you have this on your first turn, you just play this instead, and then you swing out and ramp. It makes you get up there to the Luffy Taro even faster, so you don't have to take a life if you don't want to. But it also helps to get Katakuri, which is our top end now. We cut Big Mom for Katakuri because this is just so much better. This, because purple Luffy is really weak going second. That was like the main thing that everyone knew to do against this deck was to pick first if they wanted dice roll. And going second now isn't as bad because we have this Katakuri that's a blocker and it can restand himself, so you can swing with it every turn. And you can also get the Dawn back if you're at like 9 Dawn and you need to Gum Gum Giant. you won't, like, you could still get 10 Dawn if you play this and get the Dawn back before you end your turn. And also Magellan also helps with going second, because you go 2-4 and then you ramp to 5 and play Magellan. I feel like that's way stronger than just playing this on 5, because that's usually what you would do, is you'd play this on 5 or you'd play this and then just swing 6. But Magellan really helps with the going second matches, and also Katakuri. It just makes it so much stronger. And then we run 3 of these Rush Luffys. Most of the time you really want to see these, because these really help to like pressure your opponent. You pressure game, because that's really what you want to be doing with this deck, is just going face. Like, because they're not clearing this unless they have like a Gravity Blade or something. They're not swinging into this because they have to Dawn -2 if it gets KO'd. So you just have all these sticky bodies that just won't die. And then you just keep pressuring face. And this really helps. It just replaces itself. It's a rush unit, 9-10, so strong. If you can find room, run 4. But you just don't want to have like a bunch of bricks, obviously. But yeah, running 4 wouldn't be bad, but I would say probably go up to this before you go up on this. So run 4 of these and 3 of these. But yeah, I think that's what really makes this list different than others. I'm not sure what other people run really, other than like the main core up here. But to wrap this up, we got Bonclays over this, but this is still really strong and good enough if you don't get like your main targets up here at the start of the game. And then Magellan, if you have Magellan early, it's just so strong. It's like, I can't tell you how many games this card just wins me. I love this deck because of this. And then this is just to stabilize if you need to. If you don't have this, you can just play this and stabilize. So strong. But let's wrap this up here. For the 2Ks, pretty standard purple Straw Hat 2Ks. We run 2 of these. We never play them, or at least I never play them. They're just 2Ks. And then we got these in case we need a rush unit to go for game. There's just, you know, just standard 2Ks, searchable. These aren't searchable, but these are. 4 Usohachi, a playable 2K, very strong. When you're going for game, you can just rest a blocker. And then we got these Sanjis. If we need to play a blocker and it's our like last line of defense type of thing, we can just play the Sanji out if we need to. But yeah, we run 12 2Ks, so it's really rare that you brick with this deck, especially with the 0 cost events. I almost always have counter. And I think it's just really powerful against most decks. And I've only lost 1 time with this deck so far. And I've gone to locals as many times with this deck. And it was to a Nami because they got really lucky with the triggers out of life. But that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and comment if you want another decklist video.